All right, so this is one of the questions from your book. The question is like this. There are 4 retailers sell washing powder in different size packets. Store A, the price is $3.75 for 1.5 kilogram. Store B sells for 2.67 for 1 kilogram. And then C, $1.77 for 750 gram. D, $1.43 for 500 kilogram. The question is, which one is the cheapest washing
Store
powder?
B.
Okay, how do you know?
Because so I know this one
Mm-hmm.
is like it's more expensive but it gives more.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I'm missing so that I can label it as 15.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm missing a third.
Mm.
And then third of say $3 is $1. So
Okay.
to make it the same thing, I just add $1 onto 267, and then that's 367. So it's
Okay.
slightly cheaper than store A.
So you said store B
Yeah.
sells the cheapest. Okay. Now, this is actually quite interesting and challenging question. And now we need to understand the situation. Yeah. So basically the price is different. Yeah. So now how do we compare one to another? That's the problem
By
actually.
the kilograms.
By the kilogram, okay. But the problem is actually when you look at the kilograms here, yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's still C.
C, okay. Well, we'll see whether it's B or C, yeah.
It's C.
Now, if you want to compare things, yeah, we have to have like the same units. You have to have the same units. Look at this. For example, when you look at the weight here, yeah, it is you see in kilogram, but this one is in gram, okay. So that's actually quite difficult to see because you see the number is quite different. This is 1.5 and then 1, but then this is 750, 500. So you have to make the units the same, you see. So now the question is, do you want to change these guys, the kilograms to gram, or you want to change these guys from gram to kilogram?
I want to change the grams into kilograms.
Okay, that's fine. So now, do you know how to convert from gram to kilogram?
1,000 grams is a kilogram.
1,000 gram, it's 1 kilogram. That's correct. Now, how do you, let's say you have 750 gram. What is it in kilogram?
We divide it by it's 0.75.
It's 0.75. So basically, you divide this number by 1,000, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then you get 0.75. Well done.
Also 3 on 4.
Or 3 on 4. Okay, on 3 on 4. Now, we'll have to do also the same thing for this 500 grams. So now, if you have 500 gram, what is it in kilogram?
0.5.
Okay.
Kilograms.
So the way to do that is also the same, which is you divide by 1,000, yeah?
Yeah, and also like I know 500 is half of 1,000.
So now look at this. Instead of having 750 gram, we have 0.75 kilogram. And instead of having 500 gram, you have 0.5 kilogram. You see now what we have here, they are in the same units. You see kilogram, kilogram, kilogram. So this is very important actually when you want to compare things, yeah, they have to have the same units.
Yeah.
Because if they are different, it's quite difficult to see. Yeah. Now it comes to the comparison here where if you have store A that sells $3.75 for 1.5 kilograms. So the question is, what is the price for each kilogram? So what is the price now for 1 kilogram? Now, how to get this one?
You divide it by
You divide it. So in this case, you see what we have now. You divide it 3.75, yeah?
by
You
three.
divide it by 1.5. Now, this is another challenge. So what we have now is we have a division which involves decimal number.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You have to make the thing the same.
what thing?
The decimal. You have to make them into whole numbers.
You want to make them into whole number. Very
Yes,
good.
so
So what are you
300.
going to do?
So I times this by 100 and this by 100.
Okay, that's a
So
right
that's
way to do that.
375 and 15.
Great. Now what you have here is 375 divided by
15.
no,
Oh, wait,
actually
150.
150. Okay, so when you have 375 divided by 150, now what's the next?
So I can times 150 by 2.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
that's 300.
Okay.
That's 300.
Yeah.
And we have 75 leftovers.
Oh no, you can't divide 375 by 300 because what you do here is you multiply your denominator by something, right?
So yeah, we have to times that. But
so yeah, basically you have to do the same thing for the numerator. In this case, 375 you multiply by 2 first. So when you have this is now 300. And then this is, what is that? 375 times 2.
That's 710.
No. 375 times 2. You can
Yes.
calculate if you want.
That's 750.
750. Well done. Okay, so this fraction now, yeah, has equal value, which is 750 divided by 300. Now, what are you going to do next?
So I can divide. So I know like the closest multiple of 300 to 750 is 600.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's times 2. So like we have 2. And then there's 150 left, which is half.
Mm-hmm.
But like
okay.
Yeah. And then we can and then that's not big enough, so we have to add a 0 on, making it 2 point.
Uh-huh.
And then that's 1,500, and then 1,500 divided by 300 is 5.
Uh-huh.
So it's 2.5.
Oh, okay. So this is equal to 2.5, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, you know what happened is when you divide that price with the kilogram here, you got this number. So basically, this number tells us this is the price for each kilogram, yeah, at store A. So, you know, we have to have the same comparison. In this case, we are trying to get the price for each kilogram. And if you look at what store A has here, yeah, the price is not at the moment 3.75 for 1.5 kilograms. So that means what is it in 1 kilogram? And this is what you do. You divide. Yeah, so actually the price in store A, yeah, for that washing powder, it is $2.5 for each kilogram. Which makes sense because if you have 1.5 kilogram, that means the price is now 2.5 plus half of that, which is 1.25. Yes, 3.75. So you have to get the price for each kilogram for all of those stores here. Yeah. So this is for store A, where the price for each kilogram is 2.5. Okay. Yeah. Now, you know, actually, it's interesting to see how you do this division. Yeah. When you have 3.75 divided by 1.5, you multiply by 100, and then you got this number, and then you got this, and then see if you can divide 750 by 300, and you got this 2.5. That's actually very nice. But now let me actually show you another way. Yeah, because remember last week we did division for fractions. Yeah. So now what I'm going to show you is if you have the same thing here. So if you have, 3.75 divided by 1.5, yeah. Instead of multiplying them by 100 like what you did before,
you can do like 3.75. I mean, you can make. Oh wait, no, never mind.
okay. So you see, if you have decimal like 3.75, basically 3.75 is like 375 divided by 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now 1.5, it is 15 divided by 10, right? Yeah. So now look at this. When you have 3.75 divided by 1.5, yeah, that is also the same as 375 divided by 100. And then you divide by, because when you have a fraction like this, that is also the same like division. Yeah. Now remember what we did last week. When you have division, what do?
You flip it upside down.
We flip the second number, so that now it's like you are multiplying 375 on 100 times 10
on 15.
10 on 15. Okay. Now here's the thing. Before you multiply them, you multiply 375 by 10 and then divided by, you multiply 100 times 15. Before you do that, yeah, let's see if we can simplify things first. For example, you see what we have here. So, okay, basically what you have is like this: 375 times 10 and then divided by 100 times 15. Yeah. Now, if you look at your numerator and the denominator, they have multiple of 10.
Yeah.
So this is 10, this is 100. So basically you can divide by the same thing for them, which in this case, first I divide by 10 and 10. So this guy cancel with this one, and then this will give you a 10, right?
Yeah.
So now what you have here is just 375 divided by 10 times 15. So what I'm trying to show you here is actually when you can simplify things first rather than multiplying them. Yeah, there is a nice way to do that. Okay. Now you see, for example, if you have 375 and then 15, they are divisible by 5. So you can simplify bit by bit. For example, by dividing it by 5 and 5, So what is 15 divided by 5?
15 divided by 3.
3. Now, what is 375 divided by 5?
73.
No, almost correct. Well, you can use paper if you want to calculate the number, because this is quite big. But I think you're trying to get it.
75?
Yeah, 75. So when you divide 375 by 5, what you get here is 75, right? So now we have simplified fraction from that one, which is 75, divided by 10 times 3. Now look at this. Can you divide 75 by 3?
No.
Are you sure you can't divide 75 by 3?
Yes, you can.
Yes. So basically, you see, 75 divided by 3, this is 1 now, and then this becomes 25.
Yeah.
So what you have here is now 25 divided by 10. And then if you look at the number 25 divided by 5, that is 2.5, yeah? So I think now you can choose when you have more division that involve decimal. Of course, you can do the way like what you did before, yeah? But in this situation, I just want to show you when you have division which involves decimal like this, yeah? What you do is like you also doing division for fraction, which essentially, this is like what we did last week, you flip this number, the second one, and then at the end of the day, you get the same thing, right? So this is actually quite the application for the last discussion, that we did last week. Yeah. Now, what I'm going to ask you, let's look at store B. Well, this one is actually not difficult because this is already for 1 kilogram.
Yes, sir.
So for store B, because it's already the price for 1 kilogram, that means the price is 2.67.
Store C is the best one.
Yeah. Now, okay. So I think I'll let you to calculate. So see, this is the price for 0.75 kilogram, right? Yeah. So for store C, the price is
Store A
yeah.
is the worst.
Look, 1.77 for 0.7 kilogram, right? Now we want to know, we want to calculate the price
Just
for 1
times it by
kilogram.
2. I mean, like you add like wait.
Okay, so I'll let you to do that now. Yeah, what we have here is 1.77, and then you divide by 0.75. So that's how you get the price for each kilogram. Basically, divide that price with the kilogram you have here. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's try this one. You can try not to get the value. What is 1.77 divided by 0.75? No, you need the paper. You need paper to calculate things. Yeah, it's not like everything you've done it in your head.
And then olive, which is $2.21.
$2.21. So what did you do actually? Can you?
So like I know this 0.75
Yes.
is 3/4 of a kilogram.
Yes.
So I tried dividing $1.77 by 4.
Okay.
So I made it 177. And then I divided it by 4, which got me 44.25, and that
Oh,
would be cents, and
okay.
I just added
Look,
it in.
actually, that's not quite right. I know what you are trying to do. So basically, you said that 0.75 is 3 on 4. Yeah, 3 on 4.
Yeah.
Now look at this. When you look at what you have here, the division, what you have here, yeah. Okay, so let me write down now. It's like you have 1.77 divided by 3 on 4. See, because here is divided by this number. So this is like you have 1.77 divided by 3 on 4, right? Now you said before that what you did was 1.77 divided by 4. That's actually not quite right, because if you look at this fraction, Now you divide by 3 on 4. That means you multiply by 4 on 3. Right? So instead of dividing this guy 1.77 by 4, actually you divide this guy 1.77 by 3.
Oh,
Okay. So you divide 1.77 by 3. Now here's the thing. My suggestion is let's make this guy 1.77 to a fraction. So what is 1.77 to fraction?
1.77. But you have to make it full number.
So 1.77, when you write down into fraction something divided by something, what is that?
177 on 1,000.
No, not on 1,000.
100.
100, yeah. So what you have here is actually to divide 177 on 100, and then you divide by 3 on 4, yeah?
Yeah.
So 177 on 100 divided by 3 on 4. So here's again the division that has fraction. So what you do is to flip the second fraction here, which is gives you 4 on 3. So now we have 177 on 100 divided by times 4 on 3. So it's like now we have 177 times 4 divided by 100 times 3. Okay. Now, again,
We can simplify it.
yeah, let's simplify first rather than multiplying first. First of all, you see here we have 4, here we have 100, right? So basically, if you divide everything by 4 and 4 here, this will be 1. And then this will be 25. Now, the second thing here is, can we actually divide 177 by 3?
Yeah.
Okay, what is that?
Wait. Wait. Okay.
Yes. So 177 divided by 3, it is 59. Now, what you have here is 59 times 1 divided by 25. Okay. Now, here's the problem actually, because when you're trying to make it into decimal, so normally with the decimal, the denominator is a multiple of 10, right? For example, 10, 100, and then 1000, you know.
times this,
Yeah.
times this by 10 and times that by 10.
No. Because you want to get like 10 or 100 or 1000 and so on. So when you look at this number, and then let's say the closer one is when you want to make it to 100 by multiplying by 4, right? So because you want to get 100 here, so this is also multiplied by 4. So that now the denominator becomes 100. So, okay, 25 times 4, 100. Now, what is now 59 times 4?
That's 236.
236. Very good. Okay. So we have now this fraction 59 on 25. It is equal to 236 on 100.
Which is 2.36.
2.36. So that is the price at store C, which is each kilogram, the price is $2.36. Okay, so let's write down now this number here. Basically what happened is in store C, when you have $1.77 for 0.75 kilogram, it is equal to $2.36 for 1 kilogram. Okay. Now remember the previous one.
Plus one again.
The second one here is 2.67 for each kilogram. Now what was the first one? 2.5 2.5. So
and then for the 2.5, it's easy.
What do you think?
Times so you times 143 by 2, that's 283.
Yes, that's actually quite smart, because when you look at this number, that means if you want to get 1 kilogram, you can just simply multiply this by 2. And that's also the same thing with this number, which is now 2.68, for 1 kilogram. So if you look at them, what happened is actually this store sells the washing powder the cheapest. So you see, actually this is just one question, and if you don't have any idea how to work on this one, it will take you very long time to do it, right? But actually what happens here is, as long as you know the idea behind it, where you want to compare things by making them into the same units, in this case kilogram. That's the idea. Okay, and to do that, you will find also here the calculation that you divide decimal with another decimal. Now I think we will have to practice how to divide decimal with other decimal. Okay, so let us see some of the question from your book again.